You're listening to
kpcradio.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting tutorial on kpcradio.com. This is a KPC Radio tutorial, and my name is Mario Lawson. I'm here to actually lay down some foundation for mainly posting on the kpcradio.com website, posting shows, as well as posting in the proper form for SEO. Now, I'm not going to get down to all the nitty gritty because one of the main things that we need to do is make sure, as reporters, is make sure that we write at least 100 words for each post. But there are ways to take the post and not make it so where it's you have to. Well, there are ways to do it without actually posting 300 words. There's a way to post it with at least 100 words and to still make it okay. And I'll show you that way. So the first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to log in. If you're an editor, if you are an assistant program director, or you are the program director for kpcradio.com. First thing you'll need to do is you'll need to log in at kpcradio.com. Usually, if you don't already know, what you'll have to do so is type kpcradio.com/WP-admin. The reason for that, and I can't even type, that's WP admin. The reason for that is I do not put a login link on the page, but that is the actual login for all. Well, WP-admin is the default login for all WordPress sites. So all you have to do is put that behind any WordPress site, and you'll more than likely end up on the login page. Because I am already logged in, it's probably going to go to another page, if it even rolls over. And it does. It's got me already logged in. So for kpcradio.com, your login should be your first name, space, your last name, plus the passcode. If you can't get your passcode, go ahead and press retrieve passcode. It should go to your KPC Radio Gmail email. Okay, so now at this point, we are inside. We are on the page. We're ready to go. We're ready to start editing or start posting a show. But you first need to go to the right section of this website. So I say hover over post, and you can go to all posts or you can go to add new. I'm going to go ahead and go to add new. Because if you go to all post, it shows all posts and you got to click add new again. So it's an extra step. But if you are on all posts, there is a add new button somewhere at the top here. I can show you that real quick just for the sake of showing it to you. There's an add new button right here. So with that being said, if you went to all posts, this is how you'd see all the most recent posts. Now, over here, I'm going to post a show that was supposed to be posted this past Thursday. I had to do some editing on it, so instead it's getting posted today, which is Monday, the following Monday. The show's name is Geek Speak. And it is a show with Mark Lauer. I don't know why I always want to say his name, Lauer. Mark Lauer. I have another friend named Drew Lauer, and I do the same thing. Mark and Drew, yeah, sorry guys. Still my boys. Anyway, 09.24.15. If you are actually posting this is the order of how we post our shows. We post Geeks, the name of the show, space, the date with a zero, two-digit date, basically. Each number must be a two-digit date, two-digit number, two-digit date code. I don't know how that's exactly said. Anyway, and then space again. All right. Then you will post the title of the show. At this moment in time, I don't know what the title of the show is going to be because I'm going to find something witty within the actual production. Now, the next thing I would do is jump over to the categories area. I'm going to stay at the top line. I'm going to try to go left to right, all the way down the page. All right. Fall 2015, I'm going to scroll down to featured. Those are the two main categories that you should make sure are clicked. Now, for this show, I know that he's speaking with, because he sent me a submission, which says, Geek Speak 9/24/15 he gave me his title, which I said I'm going to come up with a witty one because his title is a little bit too large. If you were to actually use that in the actual name and the title, it would be just too much for Google. Google will give you a notification that says your title's too long, and it just doesn't fit well for search engines. So in this episode, he says that the description is, this week on Geek Speak, our host Mark Lauer is joined by car enthusiasts, video game enthusiasts, and video game car enthusiast Robert Correr. This week, they're going to talk about how career goals influence hobbies, how video games can affect career choices and creativity. That's what I needed from Mark. He did the proper thing as a reporter for kpcradio.com. He's a senior staff reporter, but that's why he's a senior staff reporter. We're going to go ahead and copy this section of it. Is joined by car enthusiasts and video game. Car enthusiasts, video game enthusiasts, and video game car enthusiasts. Wow, that's such a mouthful, but I'm still going to use it. And we're going to go over to textual here. The reason why we're going over to text is because I'm just going to paste it here for a brief moment. Why? Because I'm going to go over to one of his prior shows. Now, if it's a new show, some of the intro will have to be prepared for this type of posting. In this case, because he has been around the block with this a little bit, I can go ahead and copy everything in the textual content. And the reason why I'm copying everything in the textual content is because it has some HTML I'm going to want to keep. The first HTML I would like to keep is H2. That is a header title. That is considered a header 2 title. If you've ever dealt with Word or any word processor, they have H1 and H2 titles. Like I said, this is a header 2 title. Now, I'm going to see how much time we got left here. 7 minutes. So soon I'm going to cut into the next video for this. Now, I'm also going to reuse this picture area. But I'm going to do it an easier way, so we'll skip that for now. Now we're going to go down to this H4 title right here, which we're going to keep. I'm going to keep in line. And I'm probably going to, just replace those words. But I'm probably going to use the what you see is what you get editor to do so. That's why I'm laying out the HTML just like it is now. Now, as you know before, I said he would have to create an intro, or we would have to create an intro if the show is new. In this case, because the show isn't new, what you'll see here is it says Geek Speak is a weekly talk show hosted by Mark Lauer that discusses all topics inside the nerd pop culture. On this episode, Mark is joined, and that's where I'm going to start with is joined, and I'm going to cut this area, and I'm going to go back to is joined V. All right. This week they're going to talk about how career goals influence hobbies, how video games affect career choices and creativity. So, now, this is where I need to do a little bit of research here. I can either go video game car enthusiast, or video game enthusiast, or car enthusiast. I'd probably do video game car enthusiast and find an enthusiast website or find something. This makes it a little bit difficult the way this one's set up. Now, right here you'll see there's already a link for the post. Now, this one is 2009, 17, 2015. If I was to post this, it would be the wrong audio for this it would be the wrong audio for this post, or wrong show for this post. So we're going to go over to FileZilla, one of my favorite places. And in FileZilla, we're going to see that we can go over to the podcast that we have listed, which we're already in the podcast section, which this is fall, 2015 fall. And we'll scroll down to Geek Speak, and we'll find today that the show we're going to post today, which is the show from the 24th. Now we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that in there. But what we need to do is we need to take everything out in front of kpcradio.com. What you'll usually normally see if you're working from the studio is kpcradio at kpcradio.com. FTP at kpcradio.com. Now, I have a different one because you can't work in the studio at the same time that you're working. You can't work in FTP from the same login at the same time. So I've made a separate one for the program director and one that can be used in the studio. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this area and I'm going to place in http:// and leave it as is the rest of the way throughout the link. And I'm going to flip over to visual, and you'll see that, maybe not. Maybe after I save it. You'll see that the player comes up. And while I'm on visual, I'm going to just go ahead and press play. Start to listen to some of the show.
Food for thought, listeners.
You know what time it is.
We'll see you next time.